There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. That power that can make a way out of no way.
Today, in the world, there's so much suffering because of that one of prayer.
Welcome to the main event.
Live from New York City, this is the Prayer Revolution. My name is Doyal, and I'm here with my good friend, Vira, and we're revolting. We're doing it. We're doing the Prayer Revolution. We're revolting against material consciousness, and every morning we say a prayer, and then we discuss what that prayer means to us and the mood of prayer, how to bring that into our daily lives, how to live in a mood of surrender to a higher divine will that is guiding my life and all of our lives together. So that's what we do. How are you, Vera?
Doing great, Bubba. Doing great. Yeah, came over this morning, nice breezy morning, and in Florida it's been getting hot here, and so nice to feel touched by the cool breeze this morning. And yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about it last night and today, just this morning waking up. It's just like I'm so grateful to come together and pray with you guys. It's just like this. It's like, oh my God, I get to do this every single day. Like we've created this online prayer community, where it's just our priority, right? It's like 9 a.m. Eastern. This is what we do. We get together and we pray, and it's such a powerful reset, and leading up to it, practicing meditation, and getting into some prayer leading up to it. And this really feels like, okay, this is my first interaction with humans outside of my house, and it's just in such a rich, perfect way. It's like I want to have this level of interaction. We don't need to sit down and pray together necessarily, but this level of consciousness and this level of connection with the people that I come into contact with, whatever that looks like, but just to be in that place. So very, very grateful.
Beautiful. I'm inspired just by hearing you.
Okay.
I was thinking to call it quits. I was getting a little tired of the whole show, but now you inspired me to keep it going. Thank you.
All right. I'll keep on working on it.
Oh, you're great. Love it. Thank you. I feel very grateful as well, and I'm just grateful just to spend the time with you. I feel like we would do this even if it was just us calling each other. It's just the fact that other people are here. It's a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it like becomes this, and I think we all crave this. I know we crave this in life, is the healthy kind of self-generated accountability, which gets magnified and gets enhanced and supported by having accountability with friends and people that we love and care about. It's not like, oh my God, I have to do this. I have to go and do the prayer. It's like, I get to do this. And also there's really just like not another option, it's like, nope. It's like for there to not be another option and to feel like I have to do something, that's like prison, that's like suffering. But to get to do something and there's no other option. I get to do this every single day and there's no other option, because it's bigger than just me. I'm a part of it, and I get to show up. I get to be with you guys, and there's no other option. So
I'm glad I'm your only option.
Yeah, you love at first sight, babe. So we start our session off with a little bit of prayer. Spend a few minutes going within. And so those of us that are joining in that have prayed with us before, it's really, really simple what we're about to do. Just like a guided meditation, like a spiritual intention that we're opening ourselves up to our higher conscience. We're opening ourselves up to spiritual reality and to a higher power. And that when we do so and we close our eyes and we go within and we really go into this meditation, this prayer with sincerity, we feel that connection. We feel that there is something beyond just our mind. There is something beyond us, just our own individual self. There's a witness of our soul. And so we're coming into contact with our divine beloved, our divine higher power, whatever that looks like for you, that is accepted here. So you can close our eyes, bring your palms together, that resonates with you, and just take a moment to pause, whatever it is you're doing in your day, even if it's fun Saturday morning activities, just to pause for a moment, connecting to your breath, and taking some nice deep inhales and exhales, deeper breaths than you've taken in this day so far. And just opening yourself up to receive, noticing any boundaries or barriers or anything that you're tense about in your life, just letting that go for a few moments, for a few minutes. Just allowing yourself to receive a change of consciousness, an awakening of your true self, connection with your higher power, to receive whatever it is that you're looking for today personally, whatever you feel that you need to connect more deeply. My dear Lord, somehow or other, we're in a slumber and we forget our reality. We forget who we are. We forget that actually underneath our conditioned mind, underneath the body, that we're a spiritual being, Sat Chit Ananda, that we are eternal, full of wisdom and ever increasing happiness. That is the nature of our soul and the nature of our consciousness. But somehow or other, we've been covered over for so long. We feel disconnected from that part of ourselves. It's no longer so easily available, so accessible. And so then we look outside of ourselves for pleasure, for happiness, to fill that God-shaped hole in our heart, to fill that spiritual yearning with anything that will give us a little temporary relief. But it's never fully satiated. That feeling continues to burn inside. That desire for everlasting happiness, that desire for ever increasing expression and reception of love. To be seen purely with unconditional love. We yearn for these things in our life. We yearn for our connection with you. We yearn to see our true self underneath the coverings that we formed. And somehow or other, it can feel so distant, or it can be something that's hard to come by. Please give us a glimpse of reality. Please give us a glimpse of our limitless potential when we are connected to you. The grace, the love, the service that can flow through our hearts, through our hands, through our words, into the lives of every person we come into contact with. What's possible when we reconnect spiritually? Please give us a glimpse right now. Help us to feel that connection. Help us to have that inner knowingness that it's in moments like these when we open ourselves up to you, that we begin to feel the soothing balm on our burning heart. That strongest desire that is deep within our heart is to reconnect spiritually. And when we begin to awaken spiritually and experience all of the limitless qualities of our soul, that we want to share that with every person we come into contact with. Please give us a glimpse of that reality, the limitless potential of our soul. Give us a glimpse of connection with you, the satisfaction, the fulfillment that comes when we feel reconnected to our higher power. There's nothing that we need outside of ourselves. We're complete as we are. And we become overflowing with desire to love and to serve others. Our hearts are yours, my Lord. We open ourselves up to you today and pray for this glimpse of reality, to uncover the veil of illusion that stops us from experiencing our true nature and our connection with you in every single moment of our life. We call out your names every single day. We call your names out. We know they're a catalyst. You and your names are non-different. All the energy, all of your power, all of your glory is contained within your name. We call out your holy names with sincere hearts to help us to reawaken to that reality. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Thank you, Vira.
Thank you, guys.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, prayer is beautiful.
Mm.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. You're expressing a lot of inspiration and gratitude beforehand, and then you really, today and yesterday, I was noticing you're really, really churning it in a way, really sinking deep into your prayer. Seems like that's just a space you're in right now.
Yeah, well, you guys are bringing it out of me, right? You guys forced me to come here every single day and pray with you. So, no, I feel that way. I really feel that this practice is just it's completely transformed my life. And I've prayed at different times in my life, and I've always like really I've always asked myself, like, why don't I pray more? Like, I get so much from prayer, like to close my eyes and to just say, like to call out to our higher power, like to just know, like we're having a conversation right now. Like it may be, I may be doing the majority of the talking, but I feel his presence. I feel my divine mother, my divine father. I feel my divine friend. I feel this closeness and this presence with God anytime I do it. And and somehow or other, it's like, yeah, to not bring that intentionality into my everyday life. So yeah, to recognize I wanted that intentionality, and somehow or other, as COVID hit and the community was, reaching out and people were feeling a little disconnected, and we were getting requests, Doyle and I, to do something daily and to just, open up the channel, and anybody that wants to connect, whether it's one person or it's just Doyle and I, or, but it's just an open container, for anybody to come in and to start to experience that connection. I mean, I feel like I'm like the highway robber. Like I'm, you guys are inspiring me to show up every day, but I feel like, yeah, I'm getting so much from it. And it really is. It's, I'm just noticing I'm praying so much more throughout my day, to start it off. It's like, there's so many moments in my life where I could spend like minutes, hours, days, ruminating about something in my mind, like just really just like ruminating about it. And like, it's just going, it's like the same subject, the same issue, the same challenge, the friction in a relationship. Like, and it's like, I'm just like, that's my consciousness. And now it's like, I just notice, I'm like, wow, okay, so much more. Instead of my mind going to that place, it becomes like a catalyst and a trigger to like, whoa, man, like, let me go back to prayer revolution. Let me tune back in. And immediately it's like, I could be walking and it's like, I start to notice like that worry or that fear or that, that anxiety or that nervousness, whatever that is, about whatever it is in life. We all experience it every day of our life in different ways, acute and gross. And it's just becoming like this trigger of, I'm with Vira, and he's like not settling down, and I'm bouncing him, and he usually goes to sleep, and he's not going to sleep. And it's been an hour, and now it's an hour and a half, and I'm like, I've been, it's like, oh, what's going on, and then, then it's like, oh, yeah, the prayer revolution, it's like, oh, my baby, like it just turns into like a love fest again, instead of it being like, oh, this child isn't doing what I want it to do. It is a problem in my life, and like, no, it's not an it. It is a pure spirit soul that's giving you an opportunity to pray and to connect and to love. So that's what's been coming, for me in my life from starting it off. And I was writing prayers, and then at a certain point I was just like, man, there's just literally, like, you could say a word, it's like, okay, it's like the beginning of a prayer. Like, bring up any circumstance in life, bring up any issue, bring up any challenge, bring up any negative emotion or challenging, whatever it is. It's like the beginning of a prayer. Like everything in life is the beginning of a prayer, if we can catch it, and it becomes transformational, And I remember talking I received coaching from a really amazing person, actually, who lives down in Florida. But when I was in New York, I would be on Zoom calls, and I remember having like this feeling of lacking in my life. And I was working with a client. I wasn't feeling like I was really giving so much value to them for some reason. Like, even that they've never conveyed that to me. They've always conveyed that there's a lot of value. I was just having that, insecurity, or, some type of insecurity coming up inside. And she had been working with around emotion and around like limiting beliefs and negative thinking patterns, stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, like, I think I'm the controller and the doer. So that's why, like, I think this whole thing is all based on me, like, man, that's a pretty limited equation. That's like a bunch of zeros that doesn't equal much. But that insecurity, due to coaching and training, like being able to train my mindset a little bit better, I was able to then see, oh, this feeling of insecurity is actually a catalyst for a prayer. That's what it is. Like every negative emotion or positive emotion, everything in life. And from that, I was like, oh yeah, I am a zero. I'm with this client, I'm feeling insecure, and I'm like, I am a zero. It's like, whoa, that's liberating. And God is the hero, like God is the one in front of all those zeros. And that insecurity was served as a catalyst to bring me back into meditation on God and being an instrument of healing energy, from a higher power. And it was such a powerful, transformative experience. And so just seeing that more and more, you're asking, you're saying, hey, going deep into prayer and gratefulness and gratitude. It's like, we talk about it often. How do we fill the gaps in our life with spiritual, with higher consciousness? How do we fill those gaps in our life with it? And you guys are providing such a massive spiritual foundation to my everyday life. It's this 30 minutes of such intention, and everybody tuning in and us all being together in this way and praying and then reflecting on it. And that's just happening more and more. Those gaps are getting filled more and more throughout my life. And so, yeah, that's, I'm feeling grateful, and also like the desire, like I want more. Like, I don't want to feel grateful and kind of like stop there. I'm like, no, like, we're limitless spirit souls. Like, I'm grateful for this, and I want to go deeper. I want to give my heart more. I want to plateau. And so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could keep on blabbing, but I'm gonna pause it.
Keep on blabbing, buddy. Sounds like you're going through your own spiritual revolution.
Yeah,
a renaissance of prayer in life.
Yeah, definitely. I loved Srila Prabhupada. Just the phrase Krishna consciousness. That phrase, and that it's not like a thing. It's not like I do all these things. Yes, there are the things that we do to connect spiritually. There's no question about that, and it's a state of consciousness. And so, what is my state of if my state of consciousness, if everything that's happening in the world is becoming a catalyst to remember God, then that's Krishna consciousness. And so, I'm not perfect with it for sure. I got a lot of room to go with it, but I'm feeling so many more of those gaps that I've filled in the past with, my intelligence, and I'm going to figure this out, or my ego, and somebody did me wrong, or somebody did me right, or something's happening wrong, or something's happening right, and I've got to figure it out. And now I'm fearful about something not going my way, or it is going my way, and I'm happy. Like, all this duality, like all this back and forth. It's like being in like a washing machine, like getting tumbled. And like, no, actually, it's not based on those things. It's, those things being a catalyst to remember God, everything in our life being a catalyst to remember God and offer whatever we're doing in service to God. And then all of our brothers and sisters and all the children of of the world, be able to offer it in service, that consciousness. So
Mm.
what are you thinking about, DG? What's come when I'm sharing? What are you reflecting on, or what comes up for you?
I'm just reflecting on your big, beautiful smile, your twinkling little eyes, and just your bright soul. It's coming to my mind.
Oh man, you are a love bug, bro. You just got that. You got those googly love eyes.
You're just a little bright light. It's really beautiful.
Oh man,
And,
grateful.
and how contagious it is, I think, for people that are listening. I'm noticing that just hearing on
Mm,
the chat board, and people, it's contagious because it's who we are. You know what I mean? We all want that. Um,
mm,
and and I think though that we're kind of looking to each other for permission.
mm,
Um, and I think that you're given that permission. You're
mm.
saying, "Hey guys, it's cool. It's cool to pray. It's a cool thing to do." Because and so
Yeah.
I just think that you're exhibiting a lot of courage, and you're exhibiting a lot of faith and inspiration, and it's beautiful just to witness and to see. And so I think that people are taking a lot of inspiration from it. That enthusiasm
Mm,
and that courage. It's very infectious and contagious.
mm.
Yeah, it's just what I'm observing.
Yeah. I'm I appreciate it, but always super encouraging and yeah, help to keep me going. And I feel that, like I said, like a highway robber, like I'm stealing inspiration from you guys and getting a tremendous amount of yeah, of connection to myself and to a higher power through this time together. And I guess I was reflecting on it, why prayer, why these things, and why maybe like a greater emphasis on it in my own life personally is, I feel like I was talking to Radha Swami a week or so, about 10 days back, and we were having a wonderful conversation. And he said, as somebody grows in their life, as someone matures, it's not based on age, but as there's just like a maturity process that happens. What it could happen at a very young age, can happen later in life, doesn't really matter. But that we're seeking meaning.
Yeah.
Like we're really seeking, like, how is my life meaningful? And
Mm-hmm.
and how am I deriving like the greatest meaning that I can from life, and that's and Viktor Frankl's book, also reading that, like really just like it was just like this magnifying glass on that feeling in my heart. Like,
Yeah.
what is that feeling in there? It's looking for like this greatest meaning. It's looking for that and wanting to express that and wanting to experience that. And so I feel like that has been just identifying like what that feeling is inside of me. What is that yearning? It's for that meaningful connection. It's for the moments of life to be meaningful. Even the mundane, right? Even the brushing of the teeth and the using the bathroom and cleaning the house and, whatever it may be. It's like the household duties, family duties, the work responsibilities, the petting your cat, the whatever it is, like that there is deep meaning in it. Drinking your drink and scratching your face and like literally every moment of our life, every breath of our life, there's deep meaning. And and I've said this oftentimes, like I've missed out on a lot of life, like I've missed out on a lot of life, and I don't want to miss out on life. I want to experience this moment, and in prayer, recognizing there's a higher power, there's a spiritual limitlessness to each moment and the rapture that we can experience in it, even if it's the simplest of things. So I think that's I believe that's what's driving it,
Yeah.
and then it's being super supported. This is like a nitrous oxide booster for my spiritual vehicle. It's getting like rocket fuel from all of you guys.
Yeah. It's beautiful, actually. It's very inspiring to see all these sweet souls tuning in and being with us every morning. It's like, wow, this means something to people. Yeah. So thank you for
Yeah.
that, for inspiring all of us.
Absolutely. Looking at the chat board, seeing So we have snakes, 4 legs. Yes, so wonderful to wake up to this space. Yes, prayer is cool. David, thank you for your loving comment. And yes, I know forgiveness is a big part of Bhakti, but could you speak on how to forgive someone you have a lot of resentment toward? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. That's an amazing question. I was just reading something about this yesterday. No more room for space. Thank you for posing the question. We've got a few minutes today. We can just touch on it, but it's a huge question, right? Because that resentment that we've all, probably every person on the planet, I think everyone on here, we can resonate. We felt some resentment or some anger or, that toward another person in our life is, it's super powerful, and it can really block us. To hold on to that resentment can be super, super challenging. I was reading something yesterday about personal responsibility in our life, and I'm not sure if this will resonate or not, but resonated for me and the times that I've had kind of like these grungy emotions, right? Like there's like this emotion that like doesn't go away. It's just there. It's doing something for me. I'm angry or I'm depressed. I'm moping and sad, and that I've experienced those things, anger, sadness, depression. I've experienced those things. And I know, like, I've experienced them, and they just don't stop. Like, they keep on going. They keep on, like, it's like, what is this doing? What is this serving? And so that it's like this grungy emotion that has a payoff. And so just exploring, like, what am I getting from being resentful? What am I getting? Like, underneath the story, underneath the stuff, like, what is it? Significance, that I'm right, that I'm, the other person's wrong, what is it that's there, that's actually underneath it? And then the other part of it for ourselves is that, if we look at like a container, and that we have our expectation of another person, and that oftentimes what happens unconsciously when they don't meet that expectation, we fill the rest of that container with resentment. Like, I had an expectation that this person wouldn't leave me, or that this person wouldn't cheat me, or that this person wouldn't hurt me, or this person wouldn't do this or wouldn't do that. And so, maybe they only met it to here, and then beyond that, they did things that were, beyond actually what we were hoping, how we were hoping they would show up in our relationship. And so then, unconsciously, we expect that of them, and they didn't do it. And so we fill the rest of that container with resentment. And it's, takes us being able to definitely to recognize what are we getting from it, to go into that story and to uncover it a bit, to really see there is value. We're getting some value from it, even if it's negative, but there's something that we're getting from it. That's why we hold on to it. And that, in the right time, with the right healing, with the right space, the right, attention and energy being given to it, the right consciousness being brought to it, for us to come back to personal responsibility, for us to recognize that I'm filling the rest of that container. This is just where that person is at. This is where they're at because this is how they acted. Like, this is just where it's at. So I accept them for who they are. And then the rest of it, that's a choice I'm making, actually. I'm making a choice, consciously or unconsciously, to fill the rest of that container with resentment, with anger, with whatever it may be. And so it's definitely a bigger conversation, and it's very personal also. And it's something that, I always suggest, like, if I'm really struggling with something that kind of feels like it's beyond me, there is work that I can do on my own, like those prompted questions or those things, like what I was talking about right now. There's so many different exercises we could do. But also, like, to seek out help, like, if I'm really struggling to move through something, to seek out, talk to a trusted friend or a counselor or somebody who, somebody who is trained to hold that type of space, and to help you to get under those, to get under the story, to actually get in touch with ourself again, underneath all of the story that we've created. And it's transformational. It can be deeply powerful for that. So that's a little something for our friend. Hope that is helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Doyal, you said like 5 sentences the whole time today.
It's because I'm just drinking it up. I'm drinking up. I'm just drinking it in.
I'm speaking more and more, and you're through your love and your presence, you're pulling it out of my heart, and
It's just
your
flowing. It's
humility.
flowing out of your heart. I'm loving it. And so I appreciate it. Aditi was saying, Vira, I'm not sure why, but listening to you today, even though I missed the prayer part today, is making me feel I am alive again. Your purport of the prayer is so powerful. Thank you. Flower emoji, prayer emoji.
Aditi, so wonderful to be with you each morning. Super grateful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, No Room for Space, for the beautiful question. Thank you, Vera, for the answer. Thank you guys all so much for all your comments and all your love. Please, if you have any other questions that we don't get to, or you'd like to hear us address or talk about on the show, please write to us at prayerrevolution@bhakticenter.org. We love hearing you guys. We're here every day, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We would love to have you join us on a regular basis. And if you missed anything, want to go back and check it out again, you can tune into our podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, etc. If you're listening on those platforms, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. We'd appreciate it a lot. It helps us boost our ratings and be seen, more visible to more people out there. And we love you guys a whole bunch. And you can always check out bhakticenter.org/online for all of our other online offerings through the Bhakti Center. And we always look forward to seeing you again. And so we hope to see you soon.
Yes. See you in the morning, guys.
See you in the morning.
You can stay in bed, just have a nice snuggly Sunday morning, and we'll see you. We'll see you bright and early.
Tune in for bed. You don't even need to get out of bed.
Enjoy. Have a beautiful day, guys. Haribo.
Take care. Bye-bye.